having a phone and you remove all the friction associated with that, you get an iPhone. That's what Steve Jobs did so brilliantly. He looked at what everyone wants with a phone and said, how can I make it so it's so easy that a child, literally babies, people who don't speak English, can figure out how to use the device and get what they want out of it, and they can do it immediately. That is how good software is built. It's by the removal of friction. If you remove everything that sucks about getting what someone wants, by default, you will have something good. So the reason I wanted to go over these in so much depth is that every business has features and bugs, like I said earlier. And one of the big mistakes that I'll see businesses do at different levels, and I'm talking not just like, $1 million or 10 million, but I see $30 million, $50 million, $100 million businesses come with similar issues, which is their complaint will be a core feature of the business. And they will say, there's something wrong with my business because I'm struggling with supply chain issues. I'm struggling with cash flow as we're scaling too quickly. Or I'm really supply constrained because it's really hard to find good people. Or, you know what, getting customers is tough. Like ad spend is going up and it's costing me more to get customers every single year, and ads don't really work like they used to. Or, it's really expensive to do this company and we're burning a ton of money and we're just hoping we can make it to our next round, but we're not keeping customers as long as we really need to. We're not hitting our revenue retention goals. Every one of these businesses has features. All right. These are the core hairy problems that make these businesses. And so as soon as you can identify one, there's nothing wrong with your business. This is the core struggle that creates the model that you chose to get into. And so if you know that, the flip side is that what's hard for you is hard for somebody else, which means that if you conquer that problem, you unlock huge amounts of enterprise value. And so the way that I think about this when I'm approaching these problems is, how much enterprise value will I unlock if all of a sudden my service business, I can get 2 people up to speed per month? Well, if I got 2 people up to speed per month, I might add $10 million in enterprise value or $50 million in enterprise value to my business. Okay, well, if that were the case, am I willing to dedicate $100,000 of resources, $500,000 of resources and time to solve that $50 million problem? Hell yeah, I am. And so once you can appropriately appreciate the value of the hairy problem that you're trying to solve, you can then put the right resources towards solving it rather than constantly questioning yourself and thinking, oh, there must be something wrong with my business. And I think just having that level of clarity of there's nothing wrong, this is the problem that I get to solve. This is what the marketplace will literally pay me gobs of money to just figure out. And so by then saying, okay, this is my focal point and just shutting the rest out, you can then get really clear on, okay, if I have to solve this problem and I have to thoroughly solve it, not half-assed, not duct tape, this is core to the value creation of my business, that's where you win. Because then you can put all that depth of effort into it and get exceptionally good at recruiting, training, and building amazing people. You can get exceptionally good at cash flow management, supply chain management, and logistics and building the brand around it. You can get exceptionally good at building the brand and getting very clear on how to separate out what you charge for in terms of one-time and continuity and building in those components of stickiness so that someone who gets educated still wants to stay with you. Or building the most world-class cracked engineering team on the planet so that you can shorten the amount of time that it takes you to find the product market fit and you build a scalable infrastructure so that people actually love the product, they retain revenue, and then this thing compounds and takes off like a rocket. That's the core hairy problem that you have to solve. That's the 10x or 100x value that you as the entrepreneur, this is what we get paid for. This is the game. And so if you haven't started a business and you're like, wow, all